Good morning, kids. Dad here. It is Thursday, May 14, 2026. Right about 12:30 in the afternoon. Forgive me, I just got back in from weightlifting in the barn, rocking out a little bit, so I'm a little bit gassed. Gonna have to take a shower, get cleaned up here shortly. Yesterday was amazing. I don't know if I have a message here for you today, other than maybe just kind of tell you what your dad's been up to. Since, I only get to see you every 2 weeks. Which is tough. It's tough on all of us. But I trust that this will pass. So yesterday, did my work day. I think last video I recorded, I just finished a 10K in personal record time. So that was cool. But then after my work day, I drove up to Shakopee, to O'Brien's Public House in Shakopee. Don't know if you kids remember that, but used to go there when you were little, really little, in Shakopee. I got a couple old pictures. Cav, you were probably until you were about 3 or 4 years old. But yeah, we were in that little Shakopee house. The first house Dad bought out of the army. And so I headed up there, go meet a friend who flew in from California. And on my way, I had a phone call for about 2 hours with a kid. And this kid's working on sobriety, finding the same way of life that I've found myself over the past year and a half. And as part of that, he had to do what in sobriety we call a fifth step. So he basically had to write a couple of lists of all the things in life that he is afraid of, his fears. Then he had to do another list of his resentments, things that make him angry, things that he's bitter about, that he has a grudge with. Then he had to do a third list of all his personal misconduct. So relationships. Maybe he was a bad boyfriend. Maybe he hurt somebody's feelings, he was mean to somebody. So he had to do those 3 lists, and then for his 5th step yesterday, we talked about it. So it's kind of like, if you kids know yet, about with the Catholic Church, they have what's called confession, where you go into a little private little booth, you talk to a priest and tell the priest all the things you did wrong, and then he gives you, tells you, do 10 Hail Marys, do the rosary 4 times, whatever it is. But in sobriety with the 5th step, as the guy who had to listen to this kid tell me basically his whole self, everything he's scared of, everything he's angry about, everybody that he's wronged. He's got to listen to that. I didn't give him any prescription. I didn't tell him, do this, do that. I just got to listen for like 2 hours. And along the way, I asked some questions. Mostly questions kind of better understand some things. But really it's just listening and asking some questions. And over the course of that conversation, I think it became pretty clear to him a couple areas. There's kind of some patterns that start to emerge, right? Like maybe there's a pattern of insecurity, right? Low self-esteem. Maybe that low self-esteem is a pattern that you find in there. Maybe ego, pride is a pattern in there. Maybe dishonesty is a pattern in there. So I'm not going to tell you what that kid's were. I'm not going to tell you who that kid was, because frankly that's between me, him, and God. But by the end of that, he, following the instructions of the playbook for sobriety, he took an hour quietly and just kind of meditated. Just sat for an hour and thought, which is weird. You kids ever sat for an hour? Not a timeout, but like voluntarily. Like I'm just going to sit in silence without my phone, without any music, without any TV. Just going to sit in silence and just think for an hour. So he did that. And today, the homework I gave him was, I want you to do the exact same thing, but I want you to do it with somebody else. Not just me, you're going to do somebody else now. Pick somebody else you know. Because I've been introducing to some people who I respect. So he's doing that today. Actually, he's doing that in about 15 minutes. So anyhow, that was a cool experience. And it really motivates me at this young kid, 24-year-old former Marine. His life's falling apart around him. He's smart enough to recognize it and recognize he needs help. It's pretty cool to get to help him get on this path. So the cool part, though, the really cool part of it was I did that while I was in the truck driving up to Shakopee, right? Now when I got to Shakopee, there's this gal I know from California, and we did a lot of book studies together. Like about a year ago, we were always doing book studies on sobriety together. And she's a smart kid. She's the kind of kid who sits there, and when we open this sobriety book, she like takes notes and uses a highlighter, and like her book's just like cover to cover, just like full of notes and highlighted things and everything. So we sat there and had dinner for 2 hours at O'Brien's with the live music, and we're sitting there just geeking out, comparing the notes in our books. And that was, for me, it was such a treat. And it was really cool to see her in person, face to face, right? Because some of these people I get to know in sobriety, it's a lot of remote, it's a lot of over Zoom. So you get to meet them face to face. It's just incredible. So yeah, then I got to drive back down here to Bravo Zulu House, and slept really good last night. So yeah, today do my work. Got my workout in already just now over my lunch. Gonna finish my afternoon of work. Get to do a Bible study at 5 o'clock right after work. Do a Bible study for an hour and a half. Then I'm going to jump on a support group meeting from 7:30 to 8. Then I'm going to talk to this kid, this 24-year-old Marine. I'm going to talk to him about 8:30. And we're going to reflect on his day and where he's at. See if he's ready for his 6th step of the 12 steps. I think he might be. So it's the kind of life your dad's living. That's my kind of daily random typical day in the life of dad. Getting to help some people, getting to see some awesome people. None of it compares to seeing you guys, but I sleep well at night these days, because I know that God has me where he wants me, and he's allowing me to do some good work. I'm getting these amazing rewards, these gifts, hugs from friends, smiles and laughs with people I can dork out with about good, healthy stuff, like God and sobriety. Love you, kids. We'll talk soon.